Welcome back. Today we're talking about a new topic. It's pathogens and communicable diseases. How infectious agents cause diseases. Introduction. Has this ever happened to you? A student next to you in class has been coughing and sneezing all day. You feel fine that day, but you also come down with a cold 2 days later. What do you think is the reason behind this? Common colds are caused by a virus that triggers inflammation in the linings of the nose and the throat. Diseases like the common cold are contagious and can be passed from one person to another. What are some other examples of communicable diseases and how do they spread? Pathogens. These are microorganisms that cause diseases. A disease caused by a pathogen is called a communicable disease, meaning it can spread from one organism to another organism. Here are four main types of pathogens: bacteria, fungi, virus, and protists. How do pathogens spread? Direct contact. It involves physical interaction with infected individuals, such as through blood or through bodily fluids. Indirect contact involves exposure to pathogens via contaminated surfaces like food, soil, air. Vector requires organisms to spread diseases such as mosquitoes for malaria, mice and ticks, like that. Continuing on, bacteria. These are single-celled organisms that lack a nucleus. Even though bacterial cells have a simple structure, they vary in different ways depending on the species. The main features are pilus, attaches the cell surface to the host. Plasmid, a small circular molecule. DNA, contains genetic material. Cell wall, and the plasma membrane. Sometimes the bacteria has an additional slime capsule to help invade the host. Flagellum, it helps it move. Pilus, attaches the cell surface to the host. Diseases caused by bacteria. Salmonella infection. It is caused by the bacteria Salmonella, which is present in contaminated foods and surfaces. Symptoms include abdominal pain, vomiting, and diarrhea. Citrus canker. It is caused by the bacterium Xanthomonas. It manifests as lesions with a yellow halo affecting stems, leaves, and citrus fruits. Viruses. It is a pathogen that can only replicate within a host organism. Virus genomes are also diverse, ranging from RNA to DNA, single or double-stranded, linear or circular, with varying lengths and numbers of molecules. The main features of viruses has obviously the nucleic acid, which contains the genetic material, the protein coat, which is called the capsid, which provides the structure and keeps the genetic material inside the cell. The membrane envelope. It's not always present, but can serve as protection, helps recognize the host, and is useful during fusion and budding. The protein spikes. This helps attach to the host cell to replicate. How do viruses replicate? The virus invades the host cell. The virus injects its genetic material in the host cell. The virus genetic material reprograms the host DNA and starts to replicate itself. When the host cell is filled with virus copies, it bursts, releasing them into the bloodstream to repeat the process. Diseases caused by viruses. Measles. It is caused by the measles virus transmitted through air droplets from coughing or sneezing. Its main symptoms are fever and skin rash. Potato leaf roll virus, PLRV. This occurs when virus-carrying aphids infect plants, leading to the upward rolling of leaf margins, often accompanied by crunchy texture when touched. Key differences. What are the key differences between bacteria and viruses? Bacteria. Most bacterial cells have a defined cellular structure, may have a pili or a flagella to help with movement, free living cells that can live inside or outside a body. Virus. Not a cell, has a protein coat or capsid that surrounds and protects the nucleic acid genome. It requires a host to replicate and survive. Fungi. These are organisms that contain a true nucleus and many membrane-bound organelles. These include yeast, molds, and mushrooms. Most fungi are microscopic, but some produce fruit bodies containing spores, like mushrooms. Fungi. Main features: the hyphae, thread-like structures that form large mesh structures called mycelium. Chitin provides structural stability to fungal cell walls. Spores, main reproductive units of fungi. Yeast, a single-cell fungus, typically lasts hyphae but may form pseudohyphae, while budding its primary means of reproduction. Some yeast species can also produce spores. Diseases caused by fungi. Athlete's foot. A flaky white or red rash between the toes caused by a group of fungi called dermatophytes. Tulip fire disaster caused by the fungus Botrytis tulipae, leading to brown spots and withered, distorted leaves, and in severe cases, a scorched appearance. Protists. These are diverse species that cannot be classified as plants, animals, fungi, or bacteria. Some are single-celled, while others are multicellular. They are almost found everywhere, including as parasites in other organisms. Protists. Main features. All protists have a nucleus containing DNA and other membrane-bound organelles. They are also able to move using different types of appendages: paramecium, cilia, pseudopod or false feet, euglynia, which uses a flagellum to move like the bacteria. Diseases caused by protists. Malaria. It is transmitted by female mosquitoes carrying species of Plasmodium, single-cell parasites. Once the parasites enter the body, they travel and reproduce in the liver cells. Common symptoms include fever, sweats, chills, headaches, vomiting, and diarrhea. Infected mosquito bites person who becomes infected. Infected liver, infected red blood cells, mosquito bites infected person becomes infected, and it starts all over again. That's a cycle. Diseases caused by protists. Potato blight. It is caused by omicide Phytophthora infestans, which causes potato stalks and stems to decay into black slime. This protist primary host is a potato, but it can also affect other plants such as tomatoes, petunias, and hairy nightshade. That is it. I hope you learned something today. And see you next time in another video. Bye!